Hello and welcome to another construction update here on the Coaster Giant channel. My name's Matt, and as you can see, this one's a bit different. I'm not actually at the park. So I wanted to use this opportunity just to make a quick video to speculate about how I think the layout of the coaster is going to be and how Drayton Manor are going to use that layout to create different cycles for the roller coaster itself. So I haven't any fancy computer programs. I'm going back to basics. It's been a while, but I've done a little doodle that I want to share with you and just highlight that, you know what, you don't need specialist computer programs and all of that sort of stuff. You can get involved and do some speculation with a simple pen and paper, and that's what I'm going to do for you now, and hopefully it all makes sense. So first of all, some context for this elaborately drawn little doodle. It's not to scale or anything, it's all freehand, it's just a bit of fun. But basically this is the bottom of the hill, that's the top of the hill, that's the existing toilet block, so you'd have Drunken Barrels and Sheriff Showdown and the Haunting down this side. And then this is the top right hand corner of the park. This is where I've been doing the construction updates from, looking down over the side from the top of the hill. So this is pretty much the layout that we can see and work out so far. It looks like this is going to be the brake run section, which will turn around into the station, because this is the bottom of the lift hill. So two things I'd like to see to make what I'm going to suggest a viable option would be a couple of show scenes. So first of all, I would really love to see the whole of the station and the brake run enclosed. I think as you come into the brake run, if a shutter could come down behind you and you've got a little dark ride scene section, either as you pass through that section or while you're waiting for the next train to dispatch, maybe an animatronic or two, it'd be a really nice way to finish the story of this coaster. The second show scene would be at the top of the hill, which is where we've seen, again, some of the construction videos, lots of concrete piles put into the ground, and it makes it look very obvious that this is going to be the launch section of the ride. So this is where the trains can actually stop. So I think a building here, again, with a show scene that fits in with the storyline, which it would just make sense, and I'll tell you why now. So this is how I think it's going to cycle on a busier day, and this is one of the things that Victoria was talking about, the park's managing director, that there will be different cycles at different times of the day. So when the park's busier, I think the train will dispatch, go through the switch track and straight up the lift hill and round and through this first part of the layout into that show scene where the train will stop. Hopefully there'll be a bit of dramatics and the train will shoot out. The switch track will have changed, so you'll go around this second piece of track backwards and then up the lift hill backwards and stop, and then do that bit forwards again where this will be totally open and a little launch straight through around the back of the toilets and to the end of the coaster. Now on a quieter day, and to give you a different experience, I think this could be elevated even more. So it kind of starts the same. You come out the station, up the lift hill, around the first drop and all these twists and turns and into that show scene. Then you could fire out backwards around that second piece of track and then up the lift hill backwards, but this time you're going to go backwards around the whole section until you get back to that show scene once again. Then you will fire straight out around the second piece of track. I know this sounds crazy, but I've got high hopes for this. You go straight up the lift hill, then you do the whole circuit again and launch straight through that show scene and then back into the brake run. I think that's how Drayton Manor are going to give us two different experiences at different times of the day. So just one comment about the launches as well. This coaster is manufactured by Intamin. They also made 13 Almond Towers. 13 uses drive tyres to launch the coaster trains backwards and forwards at different points in the ride. And that's exactly what you're going to get on this coaster. And if you've been on 13, you know when you're finishing that backwards section and waiting to go back into the station, that launch is pretty punchy. So I think all of these launches and boosts on this coaster, even the lift hill, could be pretty fast. So like I said, it was just a quick video today. Let me know what you think of my idea of having a shorter cycle and a longer cycle. They could even have like show scenes that match the different cycles, different storylines at different times of the day. I think this coaster is just shaping up to be something quite special. It's not going to be the biggest or the fastest, there's no inversions, but I think in terms of storytelling and it being a really fun family thrill coaster and quite a long coaster, it's got massive potential, and I can't wait to see it when it opens later this year. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching this video. Give it a like if you've enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe for more construction updates from Drayton Manor coming very soon on the channel. Thanks for watching.